We are the one, the light in the dark. One heart, one world, one spark. We are the one, together we rise. One dream, one voice, one sky.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Women Empowered Across the World. And this is our podcast. And I have amazing hosts with me today. I have Megan from South Africa, and I have Raksha from Miami. And guys, they're global, they're all over the place in what they do. And then we have an amazing guest. And that is Lisa. And Lisa is Kempton, Lisa Kempton. And I have met her on LinkedIn. Wait till you hear her story and what she's up to. Lisa, come join us.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. So, just to tell you a little bit about me, I have been this person who just knows in the depths of my soul I was meant to be an entrepreneur. Like from, whenever I got first introduced into marketing, kind of like fell into it. It was like, oh my goodness, this is like exactly what I love. But I kind of ping-ponged around trying different things until probably 2018 when I came across a site called Zapier. And I was like, this is amazing. I love this so much. And so I kind of went down the systems and processes, but I take it a different way instead of, like you have your typical ways, but it's also like I look at everything that I'm doing, my clients are doing, and we really look like, is it necessary? Can we make this easier? That type of thing. So I'm big into systems and processes. I feel like everyone, if you try and fit into a cookie cutter with your business, you're just never going to be happy and you're never going to grow the business that you want to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just very excited about systems and processes, but in a way that it's like when I work with my clients, we look at what is the business you want to build? And how do we get you there? And then where are you right now? And what's important to you? Because, like, when the questions I ask people, like 10 years from now, if you have like the best business in the world, are you still the one providing the service? Are you leading a team who they're providing the service? Are you sitting on a beach somewhere, like just like, and it just runs for you? Because each of those is a totally different way to build that end result. And to switch from one to the other, like feels like you go backwards. And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs get it wrong, is they start building something and then they realize they don't like it. And so they go backwards, or it's not as easy as people tell them it's going to be, or it takes more effort, or it's draining to their soul. All these things, right? So
Hmm.
I just really feel like when you have you're not going to know exactly what to do, but when you have like the idea of what is right for me and why,
Mm.
then you can come together in a way that builds that business that you just love showing up every day for. When I start talking to someone like in a networking group, I'm like, what do you love about your business? And when they light up and just like start going off on like how much that they're building a business that they're gonna, like it's never gonna be a chore for them to show up every day. So,
Mhm.
so that's kind of me. I used to work more with authors, and in that group, they are one of the most introverted group of people that I've ever worked with before. They really have a hard time selling themselves or even selling their books. They like talk to them about like the nuts and bolts of writing a book, and they can talk forever, but to try and kind of be like, you should buy my book, that's so hard for them. So I developed an event where we got a bunch of different authors of the same genre together and people would jump from room to room talking to the different authors. And I was like, when I focus back to entrepreneurs, because that's really where my love is, I realized that like I could bring that same event to them. So it's called Ask the Expert Anything. And we run it about every other month. And in it, I'll have 20 to 30 marketing, mindset, coaching, um, LinkedIn, all the different lead gen, type of things, experts, each in their own Zoom room. And then people jump from room to room and ask them specific questions about where they are in their business, what's not working, what is working, why can't they get past this hump, or whatever is stopping them. And then they're going to walk away with actionable advice about their specific problem. So it's a really, really great way for experts to get known in a kind of different way. Like you get sound bites that you get known for as an expert, but there's so much more, right? There's so much more that you can help people with. And so this gives you a way to kind of flex those muscles as an expert. And then as a new solopreneur, entrepreneur, coach, consultant, whatever, it gives you a way to actually talk with someone, be like, are you someone who can help me get over this hump? Are you someone? Because, like, there's so many people, amazing people out there, and they might jive with you and they might not. And having that one-on-one experience, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, like that is invaluable to making a decision. So that's kind of me and what I do. I'm a big believer in customization and making things your own because, like, why try and do things the exact same way as someone else? Like, you want to do tried and true methods, but find your own flavor of it. Stand up and be you because that's the only way that someone's going in this sea of people that are looking more and more alike because that's what AI is doing. I've heard it said, and this was talking about focus groups, but I think it's the same thing for AI. Focus groups will get you in the path, like target in on the center, right? So that you don't make really, really bad choices, but it also weeds out the really, really good choices
Mm.
because it brings everything to center. And that's what I think AI does too, is it brings everything to center. It makes everyone the same. And it's going to be more and more important to find your unique genius
Mm.
and lean into that because we have so much happening in this world. I call it right now, it's the wild, wild west of marketing. Like, we just don't know how it's going to change every day. And if you don't have a brand, if you don't have a message, if you don't stand out in your uniqueness, you're just going to be part of the sea.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, so spoken so well, Lisa. Oh my goodness, I love that. And I love that you took something and you really and truly created a platform for something to really transform businesses and people's minds, because I'm all about mindset. And it sounds to me like you've given them a platform to be able to really speak their expertise and mentor others in a way that sometimes is not available to you in out there in the world. You don't know where to go. You've put them all
exactly.
together. You put them all together. I love that, Lisa. Speed dating for
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 businesses.
Yeah.
businesses. I love that.
I
I
love
totally
it.
love it. And it is why I was excited to have you on as a guest. So, Lisa, I have a question for you, and then I know some others. So, uh, so for me, I'm all about young people. I'm all about what is the future of this planet. I'm all about how the young people can, when they are stepping into their journey right out of high school or college, what kind of wise words of wisdom in your life could you share with young people about like finding mentors or creating a business for themselves, because right now jobs are an interesting thing. So, and no job security right now for a lot of these students that are graduating from college. So what could you offer young people in the direction of like finding a foundation for themselves? I feel
Oh,
like
I love that
people are
question.
not under a foundation right now.
Yeah, I love that question so much because it's so multifaceted.
Yes.
The first thing I would say is we live in an amazing time. No other time could you get an idea and make it happen. Like literally within weeks, you can make ideas happen. You can get known. You can reach out. You can make connections. Like never before have the possibilities been so endless, but never before has the competition been so high.
Oof.
So you have to stand out. You have to do, like, if someone tells you something's easy, they're trying to sell you something.
Yes.
because it's never, ever easy. It's hard to build a business. It's hard to stand out. It's hard to show up day after day. And that's what sets you apart. So like if you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to teach yourself, you're willing, and don't be afraid to like lean into your strengths. I have people who are like, oh, should I be on social media? I'm like, I don't know. Do you want to entertain people? And they're like, not really. Then you should not be on social media because it is an entertainment business now. You can educate at the same time, but you have to be entertaining or you not are not going to get the views. So, like, okay, what should I do? I don't know. What do you feel comfortable doing? If this was the 1950s and you didn't want to pay money because you can always find a way to monetize your efforts. But if you wanted to get organically in front of someone, are you going to call the people you know? Are you going to go stand on the corner and tell people about what you're doing? Or are you going to go knock doors and like find people that way? Like everything is a version of that now. So so just like you lean into what your strengths are and what do you want to do? If you don't want to be showing your face on social media, then how are you going to be different? So it's asking the hard questions. It's not believing the hype that things are going to be easy, especially, and then just lean into what your strengths are and just don't be afraid. And it's going to be hard. Like I can't stress that enough.
I
Like it
know.
will be hard, but it will
I
be
know.
worth it.
Well, I will say this, Lisa, and that is, just like you said, lean into your strengths. Know your strengths. Know your audience. Know who you want to market to, so that, hmm, for me, I actually have changed my mindset around it's hard. And what I have said now for myself is it's exciting. It's
Uh,
exciting.
Absolutely, because you have to be excited because you're going to have to show up every single
Yeah,
day.
it's exciting.
Uh,
It's an exciting life, you know?
yeah.
To be an entrepreneur today, it's an exciting life because you get to call the shots, you get to create, you get to live your dream. And
Mhm.
that's why I'm so excited that you are doing what you're doing because we've got to all bring our strengths together and walk together in supporting, especially entrepreneurs out there. Right now, job security is not what it was 20 years ago, and entrepreneurism is still an opportunity that calls to so many people. So thank you, Lisa, for being one of those people that's creating a platform to have that be out there in the world. Thank you. So, Megan, you have a question. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Carol. And Lisa, thank you so much for sharing your passion and your energy for this space with us. Absolutely palpable. And you and I have to connect. There's so much you mentioned during what you shared that I just wanted to touch on and perhaps offer our viewers and listeners a bit of some of the practical insight into what you mentioned and just relating it to something that I found in my world and something I've pulled into my coaching space to pass on to my clients as well. So, that what is the business you want to build, right? Operative word being you. What do you want? How do you want this to look? And it's so easy for us to slip into the corporate mindset. Many of us come from corporate. And so I joke with people, I say to them, for 2 years in this business, I was still having my tea at 10 o'clock in the morning because that's what we did in corporate, right? And it's just those little automatic things that you let slide that actually makes the business less and less your own as you move in deeper into the time that you built your business. So I think it's a really key point you've dropped there, that they need to consider what they want this business to look like, but also to remember that they are the actual creator, the engineer of that business. And whatever they think can work, they will make it work. Just takes a bit of resilience, it takes a bit of tenacity, and you believing in yourself. And that's where obviously knowing your strengths and finding your energy space comes from, because it all supports that same agenda. And then, of course, the ask the expert anything is brilliant. I love that idea
Love
because
it too.
as entrepreneurs, you don't often find the right person or space to get quick answers to something that's pressing right now. And I think that's a brilliant idea. And then also I have to just say the knowing and finding your unique selling points, right? And just sticking to the value that you bring. Those are all things that in my business building, it was just like a stumbling block every time, because all of us go through it, but at different levels in different ways. And the one other thing in terms of systems and processes that you mentioned, I have come to appreciate systems and processes even more since leaving corporate and opening my businesses, purely because we wear a million hats, but also because of that thing of how do you want this business to operate? You have to be creative across all levels. You can't start the business creatively and then try and find something generic that's going to push you through the rest of it, right? So it comes in with committing to something, visualizing it, and building that thing. And I think that's where the systems and processes come into play so hugely. But also it's that thing that I found in my business was akin to that thing where they say, if you're starting a business today, don't think of a logo, don't think of a website, don't think of a letterhead straight off the bat. Get your first client, right? Because then you've got a business. And then you start doing all the fluffy stuff. When we started businesses years ago, the first big thing was I've got a website, I've got a logo, I'm paying for marketing, paying for social media, but I don't have clients for a year. And then, everything falls apart. So I actually speak to my clients now and I say to them, the systems and the processes should be that baseline thought when you imagine what your vision is for your business. And then say, today, these are the systems and the plugins that can help me in my business to start off with, and know that it will always evolve with you. But as you grow, the baseline systems can grow. And I think it's imperative that message gets out, because I think too many people starting a business are starting in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Right? They
Absolutely.
got the wrong focus, because that's all we knew back then, and people are just repeating that that process. But I think it's brilliant what you do. And I'm going to step in with a quick question, taking over for Jackie. So a shout out to Jackie, who's not here today. What do you need in your space in terms of how can we support you?
So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit with what you said about the systems and processes, because 100% I agree. And the thing is if you try and create systems before you have clients, before you're actually doing the work, before you're in the trenches of it all, you will create the absolute wrong systems. They will not work for you. They will not work for your business. So 100%, the part of the reason I had 3 back-to-back 3 weeks apart of this Ask the Expert Anything is I wanted to figure out where were the good things, where were the bad things, what was working, what was not. I had done it lots of times with authors, so I knew kind of what needed to happen, but it was a whole different version of it, and I wanted to automate it more because my goodness, it's a lot of work. So, so like 3 back to back to back, I did that to overwhelm myself, of course, but also to learn the systems, so that it was very clear to me what I had time for, what I didn't have time for, what I needed to automate, what I needed to delegate, what I needed to worry about, what I needed to not worry about, because it can't be my entire business. It's just a way to connect. It's not a way. I mean, it does bring clients, but it's not the same thing. So I can't make it the whole thing. So 100% I agree with you. And then go to Ask the Expert Anything if you are, someone who wants, this is how best you can support me, because this is my forward-facing profile. I work with entrepreneurs, I work with, I do the back ends of things. I do a little coaching on the side, because if people can't get clients, then they're not going to be able to stay with my marketing agency. It's Clarity Marketing Agency if you want to check that out. But the biggest thing is go to Ask the Expert Anything. That's where I want people to find out, because that's where I can do the most amount of good for people.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you.
So Lisa, please, in the chat, put your information that I can put in the show notes so people can reach out to you. Okay, so your LinkedIn, anything that you want them to be able to reach out to you with, like your email or website, whatever it is you want to have in the show notes. I will put that in for you, okay? And
Perfect.
yeah. Raksha, do you have a question before we end? Is there anything you'd like to
No,
add?
you just told her to put her LinkedIn and stuff in because I love what you're doing. It's
Uh-huh.
also one of the reasons why I created my businesses, right? And having a go high level agency, I totally understand about the systems and stuff. Um, the thing is, sometimes we just make it harder than it is.
Oh, no, that's all the time.
And
We make it
and
harder than it
we
is, yes.
and in our drive to become equals, we have taken on the male mentality of not asking for directions.
Oh my, okay.
Oh, so quiet, guys.
Okay. Oh my
Just
goodness.
feel that, oh my God, the value you bring to people is amazing. I already sent you a request in LinkedIn so we can connect and see where this can go. Um, but yeah, I love what you're doing. I love your energy
Yes.
Thank you.
for it.
So Lisa, I have a question, one more question for you, and that's this. Are you, is your program global? Are you global? If you're not, I want to
No,
talk.
we are.
Okay.
Like last time, so it's hard to get the time right to hit all the time zones and stuff like
I
that. So,
know.
like I started off at 7 p.m. Eastern to be able to, because I wasn't sure if it would be something where we're tracking people who were trying to do side hustles or things like that. So we started at 7 p.m., but that's pretty early. Oh, no, I guess it worked for Australia, but it was really late for Europe. So then we moved it to 6, which again, it's still too late for Europe. So now we're trying some different times.
Okay.
If you go to the Ask the Expert anything / experts, like you'll see I've got the dates all planned out through January, and it is an application process. There are certain things that you are going to have to agree to be a part of, but it does not cost anything. I want this to be of pure value for people. So,
So awesome. All right. So, um, we really want to thank you for being a guest on our podcast. And if you know people, please invite them to come and be a guest on our podcast because this platform is for women to be able to share their stories and inspire and empower other women across the world. So, that is what we do here. And we thank you for your platform in being able to support entrepreneurs all over the world. So I will definitely be reaching out to you. I want to definitely talk to you about some things. So, but guys, if you love these episodes, please join us on Mondays. We do one, and on Fridays we do 2 episodes. We've gone over 100 episodes now of amazing women sharing their stories and empowering and inspiring many from all different countries, okay, and all different businesses that they come from. Please subscribe to our channel, comment, and share it out to your sphere of influence so others can come and be a part of this. Thank you so much. And please, guys, we all deserve to thrive. Let's do it together. Bye, everyone.